I think that is a good concept that could be applied in even in India also. I don't think any hospitals in India has come out with this concept, but I think it would be much appreciated if it comes with certain concept systems like this EBMS, electronic bed management system, where the bed will have sensor devices. So if the bed is having a sensor device, I think it is much more, some bed number and the patient. So for example, a patient is there for 3 days. Okay, the data should be there. 3 days, what happened, whether he's cured or whether he's dead, or he's still continuing. So those data, no, doctors also, he doesn't have to come close to the patient and see certain things. So he can, he can also monitor through his mobile apps, and he can update on certain areas. He can update and save time. So like walking to the bed, walking to the patient, if time is, too much of time is wasted, that could also be eradicated and reduced. So the patient will also be a little okay, and the doctors will also have a lot of time being saved by applying this system. Okay, the next one is vaccine cold chain monitoring. So this is also an important one, getting into the limelight, I would say, in various western and developed nations. So we'll see what it is. Okay, vaccine, by the word, I think you know what is this vaccine. See, vaccine is something the governments are looking, or the UN is also looking, UNESCO and every such organizations, global organizations, are looking for curing this COVID-19. So as far as I heard, okay, Israel has found out a vaccine, and that has almost like successful one. It is no death rate, no much of death rate has been identified in Israel, and the Israel government has also announced that since they have the people have been vaccinated, I think they don't have to wear masks. That was the statement given by Israel government very recently. I think that is a much good and a good news coming out from Israel. So vaccines will play an important role in the coming days, especially COVID-19. If it has to be eradicated, vaccine has to be insulated in the body. So it will get, your immune system boosted up, and it will make your body stay safe. When the external viruses attack your body, it will stay safe. So some people may have a doubt on vaccine. Some people may raise a question like, is vaccine a safe one? So some may say, so people who vaccinated may also or getting this virus, and few people, for them, the vaccine is not supporting them, they immediately died. Such cases could come, yeah. So it depends on each individual's health conditions, I would say. So the persons, normally aged persons above 45, and I mean today's scenario, I think everybody, it doesn't matter the age, because of the lifestyle that we are into. So it is better we approach our doctors, take clean report of our own body, scan report and other things, consult with the doctors, and then we could apply for you could go for vaccination for your body. So you'll see vaccine cold chain monitoring ensures essential immunization services during COVID-19. It has proven to be challenging in developing countries. It is quite true that a developing country like India, and already huge populated, so it is always challenging to apply such system. So mobile technology and IoT have the potential to optimize the vaccine supply chain. Through IoT sensors placed on the vaccine, cold chain data loggers transmit accurate information of condition logs via cellular data networks to the cloud. One example is Electronic Vaccine Intelligence Network (EVIN), an IoT-enabled mobile-based technology, and developed by the UNDP and the Indian government, provides real-time logistics management across the vaccine cold chain. I think it's a very good news. So I think I mean not much people know about this particular thing, UNDP. So Indian government has come out with certain vaccine cold chain monitoring system, and see, basically it's very simple. What is this cold chain? The word cold chain is, see, for example, a particular product is developed, and see, it has got a specification that certain temperature it has to be maintained throughout until it is consumed. For example, what is the temperature that has to be, uh, moni- maintained is 2 degree to 10 degree. So that is cold chain monitoring. So for that, see, you should have the container which with cold chain, capacity and you know availability of the air conditioners and other things. And from the production to the end user, the same temperature has to be maintained. Only then the vaccine will be effective. Okay, so that is what vaccine cold chain monitoring is all about. The app connected to IoT sensors placed on the vaccine tracks the location, temperature, and stock levels of vaccines, ensuring the supply is safe and reliable. Okay, adoption of even in India is possible and is the need of the hour, I would say. I think by the time you watch this video, vaccination could become more important. And why I say this is, when I'm making this video, I sense that uh, somewhere like the second wave of COVID-19 has started in India, I would say. I think it is going to touch peak. Only then, if it is touching peak, it could come down. So by the time you watch this video, I think vaccinations will be an important one. Availability of beds will be an important one, and uh, if the government's real potential, real capacity, and real vision of bringing proper health care management will also be tested during this time. So I do not know how much preparation the government has made. I'm also not sure whether the government is aware of certain second wave uh, COVID. But in few countries, this is cross second wave, and few death has happened, and after that people vaccinated, and I think they have reduced the this virus, or they've killed this virus, I would say. So, but whereas in India, I think because of the huge population, and so social distancing is not that possible. If you take the public transport, if you take public places, if you take anywhere, it is not possible. So if that is the case, I think vaccination will play a major role in the coming days. Let's see that. Okay, we'll also see some of the healthcare delivery drones. Okay, drones. I mean, drones. Most of us know it has been only used for shooting purposes, and and taking, the news channels are using drones only. This is what we know, but drones application is going to be very phenomenal and enormous in the coming days. That is what I'm going to tell you. We'll see. Even a small country like Rwanda, so in an African country, how they have used this one, we'll see. So, healthcare delivery drones, IoT enabled drones, have proven to be a lifeline for the delivery of test, PPE, medicines, and other vital medicine supplies to populations in developing countries. Since May 2020, exactly a year ago, Zipline, I think everybody knows Zipline. So, since May 2000, Zipline enabled drones to deliver vital medical supplies into rural health centers in Rwanda. Since May 2020, Zipline enabled drones to deliver vital medicines to rural centers in Rwanda and Ghana. Okay, so in Rwanda and Ghana, I think they have applied this particular system, and drone company delivers about 160 different medical products, serving close to 2,500 hospitals and health facilities across Rwanda and Ghana during the pandemic. Very good. See, I think in the picture you can see, so they drop this drones and in helicopter, and the drones, drones, they take certain medical equipments, small equipments, and even the prescribed injections and other things which the patient requires, because during this pandemic times human touch and the human distancing should be avoided. So drone is a very good example, I would say. So drone has helped Rwanda and Ghana overcome this thing, and they've told us something like they've connected 2,500 hospitals, and about 160 medical products have been served. So it's quite nice to know about this. Okay, we'll also see Indian medic drone. Okay, India. What? Wow. I mean, how drone plays an role in this, COVID-19. So, Ajit mentor team Daksha uses drone to disinfect public places. See, last year, somewhere I think March end or April, yeah, those times. So the Chennai City Corporation used drones to apply sanitizations in hospitals, the government hospital, particularly Rajiv Gandhi Hospital in Chennai, and a few other government hospitals and private hospitals in Chennai. They used drones, which was designed by actor and racer Ajit Kumar of Tamil film industry. So his team has developed drones, and they are the best in the country, I would say. They participated in various international drone competitions, and I think in Australia they won second prize with the point difference of 0.023, I would say. So in when it comes to drone, I think this team is leading the entire nation, and their projects and their plans, their futures on drone. They've told us medical drones. Medical drones is the future projects. So supplying medical to the rural areas, to the places where people could not travel quickly, and reaching out. For example, there is a place in mountain, and there is a there isn't, during pandemic you will not have transports running. So during that time, the drones could help them in providing basic medical, primary health supplying of medical products. So that could really save a lot of lives. So this is the thing happening in. Um, in India. So last year they've done like something around 3 lakh SQM, 3 lakh square meters, and sprayed almost 900 liters of disinfectant. Okay, that's a good number. See, IoT for healthcare, the challenges and opportunities. Before I see this, see, I also sense, some of the big corporates, big players like Amazon, and they are also having an eye towards entering into this healthcare industries, along with healthcare pharma giants. So then there must be seriously some potentials and possibilities and businesses. So we'll see the challenges and opportunities. Firstly, IoT deployment often comes with challenges around connectivity, power spectrum, and bandwidth requirements. Yeah, that is quite true. It all depends on the connectivity, power spectrum, and the bandwidth. That is quite true. However, the reduced cost of computing and increased mobile broadband penetration are expected to drive the use of IoT in healthcare. See, definitely 5G is going to be getting implemented in India in the very near future, or maybe a year or two. So, if that is the case, I think such applications would play an important role, and the usage of this technology will also be enhanced, and it will be made better. The cost effectiveness of standardizing low power wireless technologies will also help that trend. Yeah, that's good. Furthermore, large scale deployment of the technology in healthcare relies on the transmission of health data and records, giving rise to privacy and security concerns. Of course, as of today, the challenging is one, privacy and security concerns, but I think that will be easily overcome, I would say. These concerns have proper national IoT laws to be implemented in developed markets. However, there is still a need for effective regulations in developing countries to drive the adoption of IoT. See, when it, okay, uh, see, I also sense the future we will have certain laws for IoT. Maybe it is called as IoT laws, Internet of Things laws, I would say. So that would come into practice, and this could be fine tuned. I would say the current trend could be fine tuned. Limitations in healthcare for IoT. So finally, IoT applied healthcare often comes with limitations. Yeah, that is quite true. Uh, Large number of health issues requires physical health examination to reach a diagnosis. Also, images and videos transmitted via IoT powered television can be lacking high quality resolution. Yes, quite true. See, whatever we say, still the need for physical health examination has to be done. Only then the diagnosis stage it could go, properly it could go. At the same time, without meeting doctors, in person, the images, the videos, whichever is transferred for the knowledge sharing and other things, will lack quality in resolution. So I mean that is also. But when 5G is applied and 5G is implemented, I think this could be eradicated. Okay, control length. I think control length is it's a good concept. So we'll see what it is. The adoption of IoT in healthcare can be accelerated by the role of mobile operators. Mobile operators will play an important role when IoT is being implemented. So without the support of mobile operators, this cannot be possible. So a case in point is Controlent, a firm specializing in solutions for cold chain monitoring. So cold chain monitoring's giant, I would say, Controlent. The company collaborates with mobile operators Vodafone to track real-time data on Controlent vaccines using the Vodafone managed IoT connectivity platform. While Europe and the America have been the growth regions for Controlent, the group is expanding its scope of operations to Africa with planned pilot projects in Kenya and Nigeria. Okay, so Controlent is a company, in cold chain management. So it's already entered into Europe and America, and they have kept an eye on Indian market also. So very soon you can find this company in India. Okay, so where to go? I would say this is the start of the mile. So IoT technology offers developing markets the opportunity to fight COVID-19 effectively. The most importantly to accelerate the digitalization of healthcare system. See, country like India, we say digital India, we say startup India. That this. So if at all we call ourselves a digital India, I think the healthcare system will have to be digitalized. See, definitely this could solve a lot of problems in overcoming such pandemic situations. So, plugging critical gaps in affordability, quality, and access beyond COVID 19. Okay, okay. For the development of IoT could help predict future pandemics. Yeah, this could also predict future pandemics by using statistical based methods and converging with artificial intelligence and big data. That is quite true. This could position IoT as a key enabler for healthcare transformation in the near future from reactive to proactive. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Okay, all the listeners, thank you for giving me this opportunity, and stay safe, I would say. So at this point of time, I would also want to thank doctors and the people in medical field. So I just appreciate their work, and I wish them good luck, all the best. So all the listeners, stay at home and stay safe. The second wave could be much more devastating and destructive. So so any doubt related to this IoT, we are working in IoT, especially we are consulting with a lot of medical giants, and so I think very soon we would also want to venture ourselves into this concept, and help India digitalize medical field. So thanks a lot again. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.